a total of $2,000 in the load. You've gone to the shipper and you said, hey, I can get this load moved for $2,000. Well, now you have to take that load to a carrier, and the difference, what you sell that load to the carrier, the difference in that amount and the amount that you have that you went to the shipper with, that's going to be the total amount you make in the load. So for example, if you sell it to the carrier for $1,500, then if you have $2,000 in it, you'll make $500 on the load. People talk about negotiation, right? But I don't look at it that way. I don't look at it me going and negotiating with a carrier to say this is the amount that we're going to settle on the load, right? I think that's a part of the process. That's what we all go through. But I just don't look at it in the sense that I'm going to negotiate with the carrier. If I start negotiating, I'm negotiating into my own profits. So when I take a load, let's just say if I go to the spot market, to the load board with a load, I'm not taking that load there to negotiate it. I'm taking that load to sell it at a certain price. If, let's use that example of $2,000 again. Let's say I have $2,000 in the load. What you'll have some people do is they'll take that load to the load board at $1,500, right? Now, they are okay with selling that load at $1,700 or $1,800, but they'll go and they'll post it at $1,500 and they'll say, okay, I'll negotiate up to $1,700 or $1,800 and I'll make $200 or $300 on that load. Well, with me, it doesn't work that way. How I base it is I go to the shipper and I give them a price. Let's just say that's $2,000. When I go to the carrier, I'm going to the carrier and giving him a price and letting him decide whether that price works or not. If it doesn't, then I go and leave the load posted or go to somebody else and see if I can get it moved with someone else. Because I know I got set amount of dollars in the load. In order for me to make a profit, I'm going to be at a certain number. I have gone to the shipper and I know where I am on price. I know exactly where I am on price. In order for me to make a profit, I have to sell it at X amount of dollars. So I'm going to that carrier with that number and giving him a choice to accept it or not accept it. See, because at the end of the day, the carrier didn't do anything when it comes down to going to a shipper and getting that load at whatever price. He didn't do anything as far as that is concerned. He has an asset. So I'm going to take him freight, profitable freight, at a certain number. And he can decide whether or not he wants it. That's just how it works. In the way that I look at it, when I start negotiating, that's what negotiating is to me. Taking a number that I know that I can get a load sold at and make money and selling that load to the carrier. Period.